don't you ever think that shit's cool. That was the first setup, bro. You raped me, then turned me into a kid. You feel me? Took my house, took all my shit, start raping my family members and all kind of shit, bro. You a up person, my. You a up person. Yes, Will Smith is Michael Jackson, my. This shit.
Hey, the pressure changed to y'all. Only a man knows what a man needs.
What if your perfect world just starts to fade away? You start to notice the choreography. Conversations have edges you're not supposed to cross. Laughter fades the moment you ask the wrong question. Doors are always open, not for your comfort, but so nothing you do is ever truly private. You aren't a guest, you're a narrative in progress. And all of this unfolds while you're barely holding yourself together. Your body is worn down, your mind is fogged by old habits you're trying to outrun, and the grief of losing someone you love still clings to you like a second skin. You tell yourself this is a fresh start, a chance to heal in a place of abundance and guidance. But slowly, it becomes clear. You weren't brought here to recover. You were brought here to be reshaped. Your struggles become talking points. Your vulnerability becomes material. Your presence becomes part of a bigger story that was already being written long before you arrived. In a home that looks like paradise, you begin to understand you're not living a dream. You're living inside someone else's design. Allegedly, August's back with a vengeance, and he's not keeping quiet anymore. Word is, he's finally exposing the wild rules he had to follow just to keep Jada happy and feed her ego. Some even claim he was secretly Will's side piece, with Jada being nothing but a cover-up to protect their image. That's insane. Remember, in 2020, August came out and said straight up that he and Jada had a years-long affair, and he claimed Will knew about it the whole time. He even said it happened with Will's full knowledge and permission. Things just keep getting messier by the minute. August once said he had real feelings for Jada. Deep, genuine love that took years of his life. He revealed that he fully gave himself to that relationship, heart and soul. But when the rumors started spinning out of control, he decided to speak up because it wasn't just gossip anymore. It was destroying his career. He lost major deals, partnerships, and even friends over the situation, all because people were whispering behind his back. And even though he confessed that he loved Jada deeply, he admitted walking away nearly broke him. He said it almost finished him off mentally and emotionally. But for his own sanity, he had to move on and focus on healing himself. That whole experience, he said, changed him forever. It reshaped the way he saw love, trust, and loyalty. But if you really think about it, you can see what was happening. August was being used, and not just a little. Both Jada and Will mentioned that when August first came into their world, he was in bad shape, sick, struggling, and barely holding on. Jada even claimed that her main goal was to help him heal and work on his mental health. So why would she turn around and make that kind of bond romantic when she knew how vulnerable he was? That's a serious question. And it doesn't stop there. Rumor has it, there were strict rules August had to follow under Will and Jada's roof. Rule number 1, he couldn't just be her lover. He had to be her project. The so-called relationship was disguised as healing and guidance, just to make it look clean. Basically, their affair was wrapped up in the language of therapy, but behind closed doors, it was something totally different. Here's where it gets even wilder. Allegedly, August wasn't even allowed to call Jada by her real name. In his music video for Nunya, he showed a text from a contact saved as Corin. And that's not just random. That was supposedly Jada's secret alias. The reason? To keep everything under wraps. Even with Will's blessing in the background, plausible deniability was the #1 rule. Using a fake name kept their messages safe. No digital trail, no receipts, no proof if a phone ever got lost or hacked. That's some next-level control. But the rules didn't stop there. Another major one. August was never allowed to speak publicly about what really went down. No interviews, no hints, no nothing.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism.
He once said he stayed quiet out of respect for the Smith family, not wanting to be the one to stir up drama or confusion. He genuinely thought keeping silent was the right thing to do. But behind the scenes, it seems that silence was part of the deal, a way to protect the image, while August carried the emotional fallout. Apparently, August was even told straight up that what he had with Jada wasn't a normal relationship. No promises, no long-term commitment, no talk of marriage, because Jada saw her bond with Will as a life partnership, something no one else could interfere with. That meant August was never truly part of her world. He was more like a hidden chapter that couldn't be read out loud. And when it comes to that so-called partnership, Will and Jada have been open about how different their marriage is. From the very beginning, they made it clear that they would give each other freedom to be whatever they wanted to be. Jada even told HuffPost, "I've always told Will, you can do whatever you want as long as you can look at yourself in the mirror and be okay, because at the end of the day, Will is his own man." She said she's his partner, not his keeper, and he has to decide who he wants to be. Then in a 2021 interview with GQ, Will echoed the same thing, saying, "We have given each other trust and freedom with the belief that everybody has to find their own way." It sounds powerful on paper, but looking at August's side of the story, that freedom might have come at a heavy cost. Will once said, "Marriage for us can't be a prison," and he meant it. He even admitted that he doesn't recommend their path to anyone else. But for him and Jada, the mix of freedom, space, and what they call unconditional support is their version of love, the highest kind according to them. Sounds deep, right? But when you dig deeper, things start to look a whole lot more complicated. It later came out that Will and Jada have actually been separated since 2016. Still, they continue calling themselves life partners, not exes. Why? Because divorce for them isn't even on the table. Will has said it himself multiple times that splitting up is not an option.
He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know? And I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her.
On The Ellen Show, he told the world, divorce just can't be an option. It's really that simple. Then in an interview with MTV News, he doubled down saying, "Divorce can't be an option with Jada. I stood up in front of God and said, 'Till death do us part.' So either we stay together till death or I'm dead." That's intense commitment, maybe too intense. So when August got caught up in the middle of all that, he already knew what time it was. He understood that Jada's connection with him could never turn into something serious or long-term because her marriage to Will was untouchable. No matter what happened behind closed doors, her life partnership always came first. Still, while their romance was quietly happening, August kept showing up in public as part of the Smith family circle. He was at family gatherings, events, and red carpets, always presented as a dear family friend or even like an adopted son. The rule was crystal clear, and in public, he had to play the role of Jaden's brother, no matter what was really going on in private. That double life must have been exhausting. And it doesn't stop there. Word is, there was another strict rule. August wasn't allowed to talk about anything else that happened behind those mansion walls. Total silence, total loyalty, all while pretending everything was picture perfect. Apparently, the rules in that mansion didn't just apply to August, because things inside the Smith household were way more complicated than anyone imagined. Rumor has it, August had to stay quiet about everything that went down inside, including Will and Jada's so-called extracurricular activities. And trust me, there's been plenty of talk about those. Take Will Smith, for example. His name has been dragged into some wild allegations over the years. Remember when Orlando Brown made those shocking comments about Will? People couldn't stop talking about it. Then came Trisha Paytas, who stirred up chaos online when she accused Will of allegedly getting a little too close with one of his male dancers. Here's what went down. Trisha was defending Shane Dawson after Jada publicly criticized him for disrespecting Willow. Trisha fired back hard, saying Jada should focus on her own husband instead, claiming that Will was the one allegedly hooking up with male dancers. That statement sent social media into a frenzy. But that's not all. There's even a clip out there where brother Bilal, who claims to have been close to Will, shared some outrageous stories about what he supposedly witnessed. He claimed Will was caught in some extremely personal moments with another man, details that left people completely stunned. And just when things couldn't get messier, brother Bilal dropped another bomb, saying that Will once had a secret hookup with his longtime friend, Dwayne Martin. Now that friendship has always sparked rumors. For years, fans noticed how close Will and Dwayne were, with both of them taking luxury trips together, from wild nights in Las Vegas to sunny getaways in Miami, and even a private cruise in Trinidad. Meanwhile, Tisha Campbell and Jada were reportedly staying home while their husbands were out living it up. It's no wonder people started asking serious questions about what was really going on behind the scenes. Brother Bilal didn't stop there. He dropped another wild claim, saying that Will and Jada's own blood relative had been involved with Will for years. Yes, the same brother who appeared in that viral video giving Will a massage, where Will famously said, "Only a man knows what a man needs." That clip had people talking for weeks. So when you think about it, August was basically trapped in silence. He couldn't say a single word about anything that went down inside that mansion. Not about the rumors, not about the people, nothing. The rule was absolute. Keep quiet no matter what. Now here's where things get even messier.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever. And I just haven't been able to break that promise.
But you still live separately.
We live separately.
Online chatter started spinning out of control. Some folks claimed that Jada emotionally broke August down so badly that he completely changed how he saw relationships. Others said that August was never really Jada's secret at all, that he was actually connected to Will, and Jada was just a distraction to keep the truth hidden. If that's even partly true, it would be one of the wildest plot twists Hollywood's ever seen. And honestly, looking at all those strict rules Jada allegedly put in place, you can't help but feel bad for August. He walked into that house looking for healing, but it sounds like he ended up in a storm he never saw coming. This whole situation feels like a psychological trap dressed up as healing. Can you believe that? Jada basically pulled a vulnerable young man, someone who was already struggling, into her world of fame and control, wrapped it all in spiritual talk about growth and mentorship, and then expected him to just be fine living as her secret. That's cold. While Jada got to keep her image polished, the life partnership with Will intact, the luxury lifestyle untouched, and her public grace shining, August was left carrying all the pain. He caught real feelings, faced the public backlash, and took every hit that came with the scandal. It's heartbreaking because he was out here looking for support and guidance, not a role in someone else's power game. Jada turned his trust into her own playground for self-discovery. And when August finally wanted to be seen as a real man with real emotions, she flipped the story. Suddenly, it was all about finding happiness within myself. Please, that's not healing. That's manipulation wrapped in self-love talk. At the end of the day, Jada got the devotion of a man half her age, while he was left broken, branded as a homewrecker, and scarred by something they both allowed behind closed doors. What a mess. If you found this breakdown wild, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment. Because this story is far from over, and you won't believe what's coming next.